What's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about tile roofing. Now, tile roofing is one of my personal favorite looks on a roof. You don't actually see it that often in North America in particular. It's extremely popular still in Europe and Asia in particular, as well as around the world. If I had to pin it down, I would actually say that tile roofing is probably the most popular form of roofing worldwide, but that's not the case in North America for a few reasons that we'll kind of dig into here. The first is sort of the origins of sort of the evolution of roofing in America. So when the first settlers came over, they were kind of starting from scratch, right? So they were putting together anything that they could get their hands on, and what that looked like predominantly was wood roofs. You'd see, some thatch and stuff like that, wood shingles, slate. America had an abundance of slate as well, so it was relatively easy to access that material and manufacture roofing systems out of that. Whereas there just weren't the same kind of deposits that were easily accessible with, clay and that kind of thing that you would make tile out of. And of course, in classic American fashion, we just developed our own methods and stuff like that, and made it our own thing, right? But yeah, tile roofing dates back ages. Like, it is the most prevalent form of roofing, I would say, in human history. Actually, we have evidence of tile roofing dating back 10,000 BC into the Neolithic era. Throughout all of human history, ancient China, Greece, Rome, they all had a high prevalence of tile roofing in those societies. And then over time, us Americans, we developed the asphalt shingle, and we're like, that's good. We'll put that on. And shingles are a great roofing material too. But the downsides to tile are that it's just not that highly manufactured in America. So there's actually only one manufacturing plant for every 3.5 states. So you can imagine, we got, let's say, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and then, half of another state. There's only one plant that would manufacture for that entire region. So there's just not a lot of manufacturing done, which, reduces supply, makes the material cost that much higher because of the limited supply and that kind of thing. Fun fact, they were used for the first time in America in the 1650s, so there is a robust history of use of tile roofing in the United States, but it's just, not as popular as some of the other options. Even some of the higher end options like standing seam. Standing seam is much more popular here as well. The advantages of tile roofing, it is a beautiful roofing system, I have to say. It just looks spectacular. There's a whole variety of different styles of tile roofing that you can get put on. There's a whole palette of aesthetic choices that you can make when you're looking to have a tile roof put on. A lot of color choices as well. They last freaking forever. Nothing's gonna take out a tile roof. They'll last your lifetime, essentially. So, when you put a tile roof on, a quality tile roof, you're looking at, 50 plus years, provided that it was installed correctly, and that the flashings and the flanges and all that are done well. Unfortunately, I did just get called out this week to a homeowner's house that was having an issue with her tile roof that was put on 3 years ago. And it didn't have anything to do with the tile, actually, at the end of the day. It was the pipe flashing around the pipe boot and the pipe jack. It had kind of been installed correctly, and it had created a bit of a tear in the material. And so that required a bit of a repair on the pipe boot there, which does bring me to another downside in the tile roofing conversation, is that they can be extremely difficult and costly to repair. So in that case, I had to get a special boot that was specifically designed for tile roofing, and I went to a couple different distributors here, some of the biggest in town, The first place told me that they didn't carry it. They were going to have to special order it in from California. They weren't even sure if they could get it, but if they could, the shipping cost could be $1,200. And those are kind of the things that you run into. Luckily, I was able to go to a second one, and they did have it at a much more reasonable price. But it's just not, because it's not as common of a material, it's just not as readily stocked. It's more difficult to source material. It's also more difficult to find labor often for someone who's able to put on a quality tile roof. Honestly, as you saw in her case as well, where it was just installer error. Like, there's no reason why a 3-year-old tile roof should be leaking. So in that case, the installer didn't handle it properly, and it created problems in the future. Luckily, we're going to be able to take care of that and get it cinched up, no problem. But again, it's just more difficult to repair, more costly, and that kind of thing. So those are kind of the pros and cons of tile roofing. It's a great product. It is costly. It doesn't require repair very often, but if it does, it is going to be relatively difficult and expensive to have those repairs done. So I hope that answered some of your questions, covered kind of a just broad view of what tile roofing looks like in America and a little bit of the history. If you have any questions, comments, I'd love to hear it down below, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.